Hey everyone, Matt here. So this last week the temperature's been below zero up to about plus 8 degrees Celsius. So the bees haven't been getting out for flights. But today it was forecasted that it'd be up to about 12 degrees and would probably be the last warm day of this fall. So I decided I'd come out and do my final winter preparations, which would be to wrap some tar paper on the Langstroth hives that I have. But when I came out, the sun came out, and I noticed that there was lots of bee activity at all these other hives, except for out of Patricia here. I've only seen a couple hornets go in and out. And the last time that we did inspect that hive was about 30 days ago. And, you know, they weren't overly strong, but I thought they were strong enough for the winter. But it seems that they might not have made it. Maybe the hornets picked them off in the colder temperatures there. But so we're gonna open it up and take a peek. And just from watching, I'm pretty sure that they are dead. So I'm not even gonna use a smoker. I'm just gonna open them up. So it's just like the other hive where there's just no bees in there. I seen one bee here and another bee in one of the top boxes. But this bottom box is still full of pollen, and two of these boxes are, that's full of honey, and this one is partially full with some empty frames in the middle. But you can see that I guess there is a little bit, some varroa mites in there, dead ones on the floor, but it's unfortunate. The only other sign of bees that I seen in this hive is in the second box there from the bottom, and it was this unhatched out brood. And then on this side, other side of the frame, same thing. So I can't see any eggs in there, so yeah, that's the end. So I guess what we'll do is I'm going to clean this all up, throw it all into the garage. So last season when I was getting my Langstroths ready to overwinter, what I did was I pushed them all together so they could share warmth and wind block each other, wrap them in tar paper, which also would block some of the wind but also create like a warmer climate inside when it got hit by the sun. And then I also put some 1.5-inch polystyrene insulation on top of them. And I still managed to lose one of the nukes there over that winter. But I realized that Langstroths are not made for our climate. So that's when I started looking into other hive types. So that's why we're switching kind of over to the Layens hive, which is already insulated. You know, I also really insulated the long Langstroth there to help them overwinter. So with the Langstroths, what I decided to do was actually put insulation into the top cover and the bottom cover. So when it came to wintertime, I didn't have to add that. But so all I did was I sandwiched 2 pieces of 3/8 plywood with the 1.5-inch polystyrene insulation in the middle, and then put some 3/4-inch just wood around the outside there to frame it in. And yeah, they you know, they do tend to stick it down a little bit because it does violate a little bit of bee space. It gets down to about 1/4 inch above the frames, but that's fine. And then all I did was for the top, just cut a little dado out with my table saw for their top entrance there. And then also what I did was I attached the bottom board to the bottom hive body, and with this one, same thing, where I sandwiched the 1.5-inch polystyrene insulation in the bottom there, and then I also, you know, glued and screwed the bottom box to it, so there's always that there won't be any air gaps in the bottom. And then this one I did do a groove there for the entrance. And with all my Langstroths, I added these entrance reducing discs here, so I could close them off really easy. So another good thing about these entrance reducing discs is when it comes to the wintertime, you can just make a mouse guard out of some 1/4 inch hardware cloth, and you just slide it up into it for the wintertime. But this hive here, once we wrap it with the tar paper, we won't put in the mouse guard until the bees have definitely stopped flying, so once it's always below 0 degrees. But anyway, so let's get to wrapping this hive. So I'm just going to use some tar paper that I'm recycling from last year that I used, and I'm just going to wrap it pretty much from the top down to the bottom, and just use my construction stapler and cut out holes where the entrances are, and that's it. It's pretty basic. So that's all there is to it. Doesn't look that good, but hopefully when the sun hits it, it'll warm up the inside there a little bit, and possibly on those really cold days give them a chance just to move on to some new honey stores. But I'm still gonna, once the temperature gets below 0 constantly, I'm gonna slide that mouse guard in and push them over against the horizontal Langstroth there, just to give them a little bit more wind protection. So hopefully they'll still be there in about 5 months. But anyways, so if you like this content, you can thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one.